Assalamu alaikum. It's a windy day here in Tampa. Getting ready to take my granddaughter back across the bay to St. Pete. Last night while I was at my spot, I had a conversation with a brother I know. I've probably known this brother for maybe 30 years. And when I first came to Tampa, I lived in West Tampa. And that's where I met him at. He lived over there. And we had a conversation about the election. And, he was very happy that Biden and Kamala won. I didn't share his happiness and enthusiasm, and he was puzzled. I told him, for what? I said, Joe Biden's fingerprints are on every major crime bill since the late 70s. Joe Biden, he made a career of locking up black folks, black men. There's more black men incarcerated in America than all women in every country on the planet. Understand what that means. On a planet of 6 billion people, 7 billion people? There's more black men in America incarcerated than all women in every country, in every jail, in every prison on the planet. That's Joe Biden. All this protesting about police brutality and the militarization of the police and defunding the police, all this goes right back to Joe Biden. And we're happy that this conservative Democrat got elected because he's not an open white supremacist. White supremacy sometimes moves in ways that you can't necessarily see it openly. But when the police stop your son with a half a joint, half a blunt, and he gets knocked over the head for that half a blunt, but little Johnny gets stopped with a half a blunt, they take his blunt and tell him to go home. See, that's white supremacy. It's moving in ways that everybody can't always see it all the time, but it's there. You see, Joe Biden's son used plenty of drugs. You see, he ain't have his son locked up. But nonetheless, he was puzzled that I wasn't happy with this Biden-Harris ticket. What is that? What does Biden and Harris, how is that going to benefit black people? Black people, your economic position has not changed since 1910. I don't care if we got Democrats or Republicans, who we voting for, Democrats or it's the same. In 1910, most of us was voting Republican. In the 60s, well, it started before the 60s, but in the 60s, most of us switched over to Democrat. But at the end of the day, what has been the benefit? See, we have to, we're at a position now where we're moving backwards wealth-wise. White baby boomers are getting ready to transfer over $60 trillion to their children and grandchildren. Wealth that their families built while your families were segregated economically, socially, politically. Their families was building this wealth while your families were struggling just to be able to vote, just to be able to walk out of your home with dignity and not be lynched for disrespecting a white man or woman. You see, they getting ready to transfer over $60 trillion of wealth to their children and grandchildren. You're not getting ready to leave your children nothing. Understand what that means. See, I got Negroes that argue with me, oh, I got a good job. Nigga, you got a good job. Because you can pay your bills and you got a decent home or an apartment and you got a decent car to drive, but you ain't leaving your kids nothing. If you're not leaving your children a couple hundred grand each, you got nothing. You poor in America. Y'all black folks better wake the hell up. Y'all better wake up and stop letting these Democrats tell you that you don't deserve nothing in the country that your ancestors built. The greatest economic engine the world has ever seen, your ancestors built with 250 years of free labor, 100 years of oppression and economic segregation under Jim Crow. And y'all sit here and y'all let Joe Biden and Kamala Harris tell you that you don't deserve nothing. If we give you anything, some of what we giving you, we gonna give to brown people and immigrants and Native Americans and this and that, the other. At the end of the day, you gonna have nothing, and your ancestors built the country. You see? So no, I'm not happy about the Biden Kamala ticket. Kamala don't care about us. Kamala's ancestors don't come from the cotton fields of the South. Neither did Barack Obama's. Is that a coincidence? Think about this, man. We got to be thinking people and start demanding from these Democrats that we vote for, you understand, to give us what we are owed by our country for our service to the country. Period, point blank. And stop letting them tell us that we don't deserve nothing. They're giving things to people that ain't got here yet. In the Iowa debate, when Joe Biden was asked about reparations, he said, America needs to invest in Latin American immigrants. Understand that he's trying to give benefits of American society and the American economy to people that ain't got, either just got here or ain't got here yet. But then have the nerve to tell you that you don't deserve nothing. So no, I'm not happy about this ticket, just like I wasn't happy about Obama. And what did Obama give us? For regular people, especially regular black people, you didn't get nothing. He bailed out the auto industry, the banks, Wall Street. But homeowners, he let them sink or swim. Okay? So whatever wealth black people had in their homes, they lost under Obama because their homes, a lot of them was underwater. Understand, people. So I wasn't happy with Obama's presidency. I knew what it was going to be before he was elected. That's the whole thing. I seen it coming. We have to demand that these people give us what we're owed from the country that we built. And we vote for these people. Demand what you're owed from these politicians that you put in office. Otherwise, they're not going to give you nothing. Assalamu alaikum.